Hello friend and welcome back to my channel. So today's topic in the realm of healing, faith, and self-discovery, we're going to be chatting about all things why you hate your current life, why you dread going to work on Monday, why you feel so drained at the end of the day where you feel like there is no energy to do anything left for yourself, and also why you are so frustrated in your current life, where you feel this pull of like, I'm not doing everything that I'm supposed to be doing. I'm not able to use my gifts, my talents, my strengths. I'm not able to have the creativity, or I'm not able to have the autonomy to make decisions for myself. And you have found yourself really frustrated. And I want to talk to you because I was this way, and I talk to so many people that are this way. And I want to help you get out of this loop, out of this rut where you are just kind of skating by in life. You're skating by in your career, you're skating by in your relationships, but you're like, I want more. I want more meaning, I want more purpose, and I want to be doing something that really makes my spirit feel fulfilled. So in today's video, I'm going to be chatting through specific steps to do that, as well as mindset shifts and all of them in between. So if you're ready, then if you want to, grab a pen and paper, because I'm going to be asking you a few questions that you can noodle on. That's one of my favorite mentors. She always says thinking. She's like, just noodle on it. And I think it's so cute. So first reason why you are so unhappy in your current life is because you have no idea what your dream life is. And you might think, okay, I'm done. Like, I don't want to watch you in this video because yeah, I know obviously what my dream life is. But do you actually really? And I was asked this question of, like, what would your dream day look like? And it took me a while to actually think about that, because I'm like, I don't know. Like, I've been in autopilot for so long. When you are thrown into adulthood, there are so many things that you have to manage in order to be alive, to have money, to have a place to live. Like, you were just thrown into all of these adult things, and you're never really asked, wait, what would your dream day look like if you were able to just flat out do everything you wanted? Let's say money did not matter. And in my personal reflection, I was like, I want to wake up slow. I want to be able to eat breakfast with my husband and my kids. I want to be able to go out into nature and go on walks and move my body in the morning. I want to make things with my hands. I want to have a creative outlet. I want to make homemade food. And I just started listing off all these things, right? So once I started listing off all of those, then I started looking at my current day-to-day and what I was currently doing. And it was mind-blowing of how all the things that I said that I wanted, I was not implementing at all in my life. I was waking up super late and I was working from home. So, I would log onto my laptop 5 minutes before I had to go into a meeting. So I was already feeling stressed and rushed in the morning. I was not getting myself ready and presentable for the day. So I would, in between meetings, rush and do my hair and makeup and just try to look presentable. My eating, I always ate at my desk. I would just grab convenience food because I was always stressed and never had time. Let's talk about that. And then, my job was really stressful. So at the very end of the day, I just laid on the couch and I would just scroll endlessly on social media. And that's what I did every single day. So that's just like a small example where if you say certain things that you want, like in your heart, you're like, man, I really want to do X, Y, and Z. But if you look at what you're actually doing, you have to ask yourself that question of, do I really want that? Am I willing to make changes in my current routine? And are there things that I can start implementing now to start to build that dream life, that dream day? And I think we all kind of expect or want this like boom moment in our life, right? Where just everything changes and we're always positive then, and we feel confident, we're in our right career. And it's not an overnight process for that to happen. It's the small steps every single day to start building that life. That life just doesn't appear. It's you putting in the work, the habits, the behaviors, thinking ahead to what you want to be doing and then putting into place an action to do that. And once I realized this, and I was like, wow, okay, if I am feeling really stressed and overwhelmed, but in my dream life, I want to feel at ease with flow, I want to have peace, I want to have quietness in my life, then I was like, okay, let me go ahead and wake up an hour before I start work. Let me make a healthy breakfast and read a daily devotional to start off my day. Let me take a walk in between meetings instead of just sitting there scrolling on my phone. And these were all habits that I started to implement and to put into place because I realized like I was doing nothing that was in alignment with the life that I wanted. And slowly over time, I realized, wow, it's really not about that big moment of that big, once I get done with this job, then I'm going to feel happy. Or once I am married, then I'm going to feel fulfillment. Once I have kids, then I'm going to feel like I really made it, right? That's what I was, the thought process I had in my mind. But as I was going through this journey, I realized that it's not a big moment. It's small little moments over time that start to change the way that you view yourself. If you are feeling unconfident, look at what you are doing to feel confident or a lack thereof. So if you want to feel confident in a meeting, are you going to feel confident by wearing sweats, having your hair in a messy bun, not putting on makeup, not saying you have to wear makeup, but not doing skincare or whatever you want to do, not brushing your teeth? Are you going to feel confident and feel like, yeah, I'm ready to present myself today? Or would you feel more confident if you were like, you know what, I'm going to wake up an hour early. I'm going to do my hair, I'm going to do my makeup, I'm going to listen to positive and inspiring music. I'm going to pick out an outfit that makes me feel beautiful. Wouldn't that person feel more confident in their job? The answer is yes. That was so true for me when I started changing that just little habit of like, if I start really pouring into myself, then I can start pouring out what I want. And so that is essentially my principle for this first point is like, I want you to first dream about the life that you really, really want, the day that you really want to feel. Put words into that, how you want to feel about that day. And then look back at your current life and say, okay, how do I feel right now? And what are slow habits that I can put into place to start building that person? The second principle that I want to talk about as to why you are feeling maybe so stuck in your life right now is you are consuming more than you are creating. And this is a hard one because sometimes when we are consuming, and when I mean consuming, I mean like content, I mean food potentially, I mean entertainment, like doing things where you are just sitting idle. And maybe you're watching and observing and learning, but you never actually put into place what you are watching or what you are learning. And I fell into this trap so hard because I was just so exhausted, or I thought I was so exhausted from my day job. And so at night, I would just consume content all night long. And I would be like, wow, this person is really organized. Wow, this person makes everything from scratch. Wow, this person is so creative. And in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I want to do that. But every single day, I was drilling into myself more and more and more. You don't have enough things to say. You're not as creative as that person. And I started doing this comparison game of, yeah, but I'm not going to do it the way that they do it. Or I'm not going to fit into that niche if I even try. So we hinder ourselves from even trying when we get in this loop of constantly consuming. But when we switch that mindset and be like, okay, I want to do things that I can start to create. So maybe you're not a content creator. That doesn't mean you have to film videos, but maybe you want to create food from scratch. Maybe you want to create an organized home. Maybe you want to create a business, or even just like anything to do with your hands. Maybe you want to create a craft or something. Like whatever it is that you've had on your mind to do, when you start doing that, when you spend 30 minutes at the end of the day to be like, okay, let me try something that I've been learning, you are going to find so much more fulfillment in your life, and you kind of get out of that rut of just grabbing your phone when you're bored or grabbing your phone when you're tired. Because there are, and I want to make a whole video about this, but there are certain things that are energy givers and energy takers. Our phone is an energy taker. Social media is an energy taker. So when we feel like, oh, we're getting relief, we feel like we're getting that dopamine of doing something, we're actually not doing anything. We're actually staying idle. And we will feel more energy by actually doing certain things. So going on a walk, you're gonna feel more energy after that walk than you would scrolling on your phone for 15 minutes. Doing a workout, again, making food, like whatever it is that you want to be doing, just start at the end of the day, spending 30 minutes to do that. And over time, you're gonna realize, wow, I actually feel so much better now and so much more confident and motivated because I'm starting to move. The third thing that I want you to do if you're feeling in a rut is to make plans for yourself outside of work. So come up with a daily schedule that allows you to look forward to something after work. And I don't know why. Well, I do know why, because when you work from home, and maybe you work from home right now, your life and your work and your personal life all kind of combine. Like you're doing laundry while you're on your lunch break, while you're watching TV. Maybe you're in a meeting and you don't have to show your face, and so you're doing something else. Like you're constantly multitasking, but you never let yourself fully just like log off. And I know for me, when I started fully logging off and being like, okay, 5:30 hits, 6 o'clock hits, now I'm going to have X, Y, and Z plan in place. It's going to be making dinner, going for a workout, I was really big into making homemade stuff. So it was trying a new recipe. Like I set up things in my morning that I could look forward to in the evening. And that made such a difference. When you start to make plans for yourself of, instead of scrolling, I'm going to do X. Instead of just sitting on the couch, I am going to go hang out with this friend. And you start to look forward to doing those things. It makes work not feel like your whole life. And I feel like I set my entire life around, is that the right phrase? Oh gosh. I used work essentially as like my only thing in life outside of like my husband. But like that was all of my enjoyment was work. And so when my work was stressful and when I wasn't feeling fulfilled in it, I felt like I had nothing. So when you plan things outside of work and you know that like, okay, like work isn't the only facet to me. What are other things that I really enjoy doing? Start planning those and start doing those. The last principle that I wanted to chat about is to allow yourself to dream again. And this is something that we forget to do when we go into adulthood. Like there are so many things that happen that we just kind of allow life to like, we're kind of like a kite, right? Like life throws us this way and we're like, okay, let's swerve. And then we hit a big gust of wind and we're like, well, we thought we were going this way, but now we're going this way. And we allow those situations and circumstances to tell us no from our original plan, to tell us no from like that one dream that we've had. And I want to encourage you that if you still have the same dream that you had as a kid, if you still think about something that you want to be doing with your time, your energy, and your efforts, that is not put there by accident. That is God calling you and leading you. I think where I personally got stuck and what I didn't realize of how God works is He will change you before He changes your situation. He will change your thoughts. He will change your perspective. He will change the desires in your heart when you ask Him to. So if you surrender and say, Lord, I don't feel like I'm in the right spot, and this is what I feel like would be right for me, I feel like this is where maybe you're calling me, then start going towards that way and allowing God to boost you up at each step. Read His word and feel the encouragement of, I don't make mistakes, of I'm with you. I know you're afraid, but I am a faithful God. I'm always going to be with your next step. I'm putting a plan in place to get you there. But we have to trust Him in this process. We have to trust Him with our dreams and trust Him with His timing. It doesn't mean that we just jump ship one day and move to it. It means that we are making slow actions day by day to lead to that life. All right, so that's everything for today's video. But just know that if you are feeling stuck right now, that is God nudging you. That is God telling you, your current circumstance is not all that I see for you, but it is going to take faith and trust and surrendering in order to get you out of this situation and into a new one. And he uses this stuck season to draw us closer to him so we can hear his voice. We know what he's telling us to do, when he's telling us to do it. And we start building this trust over time of, okay, Lord, I know you're calling me here. I'm going to trust and I'm going to step out. And when we step out is when he backs us up. And then that's our new marker. And then we trust again. And so it's a constant process of kind of trust falling into this new season of, okay, I don't know what I'm doing, but I feel like this is right. I have this knowing in my spirit that I'm supposed to be doing this, but I feel nervous. Lord, help me in my nerves. A little piece comes on and you make a new step. So again, everything for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions or any requests for new videos in the future, please leave them down below. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.